By now, you probably have heard the news coming out of Brooklyn, where Kyrie Irving has formally requested a trade from the Nets. Now, in case you were living under a rock, you had to see this one coming. If we went back to what happened last year after the playoffs and the comments that were made um, between, what's up, Al? Walk him down. Salute, bro. So if we go back to last year at the end, where Brooklyn was swept by the Boston Celtics in the first round, the comments that were made, and Kyrie had a player option, and he opted into that player option. And you had Sean Marks and then Coach Steve Nash basically laying out all these demands and of what they expect from Kyrie Irving going forward. What's up, Trey? So we get that, and over the summer, you started hearing all these rumors about where Kyrie could possibly go. Mainly, he was linked to the LA Lakers and LeBron and what have you. And the season begins. And, Kyrie Irving has only missed 10 games. And in those 10 games, 8 of those games, because he was forced to miss those games, all over a link that he posted and shared. And you had the owner basically outed him on Twitter, and that allowed an idiot like Nick Friedel to go in and start his campaigning and his, utter destruction of Kyrie Irving. So, and he's an all-star, and he's going to be a starting all-star at that too. So, coming from Yahoo Sports, the request comes 6 days after his agent and stepmother, Shatilla Irving, told Bleacher Report Chris Haynes that they have made no progress towards securing a lucrative long-term extension of Brooklyn. Now, you had a whole bunch of buffoons and a whole bunch of idiots talking about, oh man, Kyrie should stay. I think Kyrie Irving going to stay. What the hell would make you think Kyrie Irving was going to stay? Anyway, especially after what they put Kyrie Irving through back in late October, early November. They have made no significant conversation to date. The desire is to make Brooklyn home with the right type of extension, which means the ball's in the Nets court to communicate now if their desire is the same. See, this is all empty platitudes because the truth of the matter was he was offered a 4-year extension and he turned it down. But there was a reason why he turned that 4-year extension down. Because in that last year, he had a whole bunch of stipulations and a whole bunch of other stuff that Kyrie Irving wasn't going to abide by. The Nets had previously been willing to let contract talks with Irving linger until his unrestricted free agency in July, when he will most likely have chosen between re-signing with Brooklyn or seeking a sign-and trade. Irving is currently eligible for a 4-year, $200 million max extension. What's up, Gideon? The request comes 3 months to the day after the team declared Irving unfit to be associated with the Brooklyn Nets for posting and sharing a link. Now, he ultimately apologized and served the 8-game suspension. The November 20th return coincided with a Brooklyn surge in the Eastern Conference standings until KD suffered an MCL sprain last month. The Nets are 4-7 in Durant's absence. KD is hopeful to return before the All-Star break, and the Nets are claiming the 4th in the East. What's up, Marco Hinton? Salute, bro. The request comes 7 months after Durant presented his own trade ultimatum to the Nets: trade him or fire then coach Steve Nash and general manager Sean Marks. What's up, Lakers fan? Durant's demand came on the heels of Brooklyn granting Irving permission to seek a sign-and trade that never materialized in June. Now, KD ended up rescinding his trade request once it became clear that the Nets could not find an equal value for both sides. He's under contract until 2026. Now, Steve Nash was fired 7 games into the season when Brooklyn started off 2-5. Now it remains to be seen whether Irving's desire to be traded causes Durant to reconsider his position. Look, Kyrie up out of there, you can best believe KD up out of there too. If Kyrie is up out of there, you can best believe KD's up out of there too. Now, Irving's request comes 16 months after the Nets rescinded a 4-year, $200 million extension offer in October 2021, following his failure to meet the COVID-19 vaccine mandate. He played in just 29 games that season, and that's the year where they were swept by the Boston Celtics in the first round. Now, finally, the request comes less than 4 years after Irving opted not to re-sign with the Boston Celtics, announcing instead his intention to join the Brooklyn Nets, for whom he was a fan as a native of West Orange, New Jersey. Because back in the day, before they were the Brooklyn Nets, they were the New Jersey Nets. Now, in a since-deleted Instagram video from July 2019, he said in his heart he always knew he wanted to play at home. He joined KD in committing to the Nets. Say home is where his heart is and has always been there simply because of a great love that he has for his family and the way he grew up. And home is where his family is. Home is where he wanted his legacy to continue. So that's where we at on that. Now we're trying to talk about trade scenarios, right? Because the trade deadline is next Thursday, February 9th at 3 o'clock. That's the trade deadline. So Brooklyn, hey, you need to do something, man, because if you keep him and don't trade him, then he walks for nothing. He walks and you get nothing. So you walk and you get nothing. So you need to hurry up and find a suitable trade partner. Now, a week removed from being the starter in the All-Star game, according to multiple reports, he is formally requested a trade. He recently started trade talks with the Nets on a long-term contract extension. Those talks have stalled, according to Adrian Wojnarowski. The Lakers, Phoenix Suns, Dallas Mavericks are reportedly trade destinations to Irving, according to the Athletic Shams Charania. The Suns are one of the few teams capable of facilitating a deal, according to Chris Haynes. The Mavericks front office has connection to Kyrie and was previously interested in Irving. So that's where we at on that. All right, Gideon, what's your thoughts on it?
What's cracking, slacking, LB? What's going on, everyone in the chat? It's been Kyrie ridiculous. I mean,
hey, why are you put these corny ass jokes on my channel, Gideon? You about to get banned.
Sorry, man. sorry. Just absolutely crazy. This is unbelievable. I mean, Kyrie won a bounce from Brooklyn again. I mean, even when he said he was going to stay in Brooklyn, I didn't trust him. I knew he was gone. My bold prediction, I think it's going to be traded to the Dallas Mavs. I have a weird feeling it's going to be traded to Dallas by the deadline. I don't see the Lakers getting Kyrie in the deadline. I just don't see it, though. I don't think the Nets would want Westbrook. I don't see it, though. I think Kyrie's going to trade to the Mavs. And a trade that I could see go as followed. Dinwiddie, and Bertans, and maybe like a pick or two will get the job done for Brooklyn. That's my guess, though.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. Just one thing. The team that traded for Kyrie, they're gonna want Kyrie to sign an extension with them. You don't want Kyrie, on a rental. You don't want to give up all your assets for a couple months and then this man walks.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Phoenix Suns, to me, makes sense considering that, one, Chris Paul, they think Chris Paul washed up.
Right.
So the Phoenix Suns make sense, and then they can give Brooklyn Jay Crowder.
Right.
They can give up because So the two players that's untradeable is Mikal Bridges and Devin Booker. So those are
Agreed.
the two not negotiables.
Right.
But Cam Johnson, I know he Cam Johnson just signed to his extension.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I think he's off the table. If he could get traded or whatever like that, but the two non-negotiables for certain is Devin Booker and Mikal Bridges. I think everybody else is fair game.
Agreed. Agreed. A trade that Phoenix could do to get Uncle Drew, they can trade. CP3 is making what, 28 million. You could trade Chris Paul, which makes 28 million, and maybe Jay Crowder, who makes 10 million, which is 38 million. Kyrie's making 37, so I think that trade would work. Chris Paul, Jay Crowder for Kyrie.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's a good deal. So I mean, I don't know.
Ooh, right. Jason said Trae Young for Kyrie. What do you think about that?
I don't think teams going to trade within the same conference, though. I mean, it's not a bad idea, but I just don't believe Brooklyn's going to trade within the same conference.
That's true.
If anything, Brooklyn is going to trade with a team in the Western Conference.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, while that's not a bad idea in the numbers match, but they're not trading with nobody in the same conference.
Yeah, I don't see it either. Yeah.
So, the way I see it, of course, the Lakers are in play, but but they have those two future picks they can give up.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, no, Brooklyn's going to want somebody in return, but truth be told, they're in a corner.
Yep.
What's up, Tracy Sumler?
So,
salute. Yeah, what's up, Carla? What's going on, Carla? Salute to you as well. And for real, Brooklyn played this thing all wrong.
mm-hmm.
Their owner is a idiot.
Josiah, yeah.
He's an idiot. And then, if you ask me, they should have fired Sean Marks years ago. Like, he should have been gone, probably 2021. The year they got swept in the first round, that's when I would have fired Steve Nash and Sean Marks. But I don't feel nothing for the Brooklyn Nets after what they did to goddamn on Kyrie Irving. And then they got another drama in Ben Simmons. But Ben Simmons is just practically untradeable, bro.
Yeah.
He's untradeable. Who the heck? I'm going to tell you right now, the GM that trades for Ben Simmons, they're not going to be the GM of an NBA team. They're going to be the GM at Popeyes, all right? Because that would be such a horrible deal if you bring in this motherfucking kangaroo hopper on your team, knowing how much this man's a fashionista, knowing how much this man don't want to play, knowing that this man's doing it for game checks and for him to buy his new car or his new house or his new Instagram model for the night. I don't know, and I really don't care. But he is untradeable. The GM that trades for that motherfucker, he's not gonna be a GM no more.
Agreed.
Now, another thing that's in play, and we ain't even talked about this, and King Twister 8, what's up, bro? He beat me to the punch. There is a situation where, remember, back in the offseason, when Kyrie wanted out, KD wanted out too.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Now, the Golden State Warriors have people that they can trade for Kevin Durant.
Right. It'll probably be James Wiseman, Andrew Wiggins, maybe Kuminga. Yeah.
And Draymond Green.
Yeah. I just don't think I don't think Durant's going to be a Warrior. I don't think that would happen, but yeah.
Yeah, because remember, at the end of last season, coming off the championship, Draymond Green won another contract, another max contract extension, and the Golden State Warriors told him no.
Mm-hmm.
Who they signed instead to those
Jordan Poole and
Jordan Poole, and they signed Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Draymond Green has a player option next year for $27 million. So
Yep.
he'll probably opt into that, and they'll do a sign and trade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Poole's money kicks in next year. But if you look at it, let's see who comes up the board. Andre Iguodala, he's going to retire.
Yeah.
They could trade J. Michael Green. They could trade Ryan Rollins. Let's see, Stephen Curry ain't going nowhere, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Clay ain't going nowhere, obviously. Maybe Andrew Wiggins.
Or even Kuminga. Maybe Kuminga.
He has a team option for next year. I think they'll exercise that. You can trade Dante DiVincenzo.
Mm-hmm. James Wiseman.
And James Wiseman, because he's on a team option for this year. So you can trade all those guys. But yeah, Draymond Green, yeah, he definitely a goner.
Yeah.
Because if you ask for a contract extension, and they tell you no, that tell you right there, then you're not a part of their future plans.
Yep.
So I can definitely see that trade going down for Kevin Durant. How much? You see how much Kevin Durant making this year?
Around like 40-something million. Let me check. It has to be around like 40-something million for KD.
All right. So in that, yeah. So
yeah,
to make the numbers work, you got to trade Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, KD's making 44 million. Yeah.
Making 44 million? Okay. So yeah. Andrew Wiggins definitely a goner. You're not trading Steph, you're not trading Clay. So maybe
Wiggins is 34 million. Wiggins is 34. Draymond is 26. Wiseman is 10. DiVincenzo is 5. Yeah.
So maybe Andrew Wiggins, maybe Andrew Wiggins and Draymond Green. The bottom line is they have the assets to be able to pull off a Kevin Durant trade. That's the bottom line.
Yeah. Yep. What about another team that might have a shot to get Kevin Durant? What about a team like the Toronto Raptors? You think they have a legit chance to get KD?
So this is why that won't work. Toronto is out of the playoff picture, and I don't think Kevin Durant wants to go to a situation where the team is rebuilding. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that won't work. And Toronto Raptors, they're an interesting team anyway, considering that they are looking to offload some players. I know Fred VanVleet is one of them because he turned down a 4-year max extension.
OG Anunoby,
another guy.
Gary Trent,
who is unhappy in Toronto. But then again, there's a lot of people that's unhappy in Toronto. In the video I did this morning, I talked about how Chris Boucher is unhappy, Pascal Siakam's unhappy, Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby, to a lesser extent, Gary Trent Jr. There's a lot of players in Toronto that's not happy with Nick Nurse.
Right.
And I think part of the reason why they're unhappy is the fact that this dude is Tom Thibodeau 2.0. His rotation, his starters, and maybe like a couple rotation guys play heavy minutes.
That is true. Yeah. That is true. Another team that have a shot to get Kevin Durant that I thought of. What about?
We'll get to KD in another time. I want to stay on Kyrie.
Kyrie. What about? And this may be less likely, but hear me out. What about the Utah Jazz, though?
Unlikely scenario because look, Kyrie wants to go to a team that is contending for a championship. Is Utah contending for a championship?
Hell no.
All right, then. So that killed that. Then we just shot that bird in the head.
Okay.
Yeah, because definitely not going to Utah. Now, Utah might be a player in a couple of years because they have the assets. Courtesy of the Minnesota Timberwolves. But either way, they got the assets.
Right. Right. Some people told me Kyrie may get traded to Boston. Some people told me Boston. But
Boston?
I'm not saying he's going there. I'm not saying that. But some people think.
Hold on. Who told you that?
Just just like some of my buddies though. Some people, just some of my buddies. Some of my buddies think that Boston should consider trading for Kyrie. When you do it, if you're the Celtics,
they don't need nobody. They don't need Kyrie. Their team is good as it is right now.
Good point.
And then remember when Kyrie Irving was there? I don't know if this was media driven or whatever, but and maybe it could be media manufactured, but was there beef between him and Jaylen Brown?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Then why would Kyrie Irving go there?
I mean, I'm not saying who'll go.
On top of that, too, Gideon, that's a division rival. Why would he trade Kyrie to a division rival?
That's a good point. Yeah.
The Black Basketball Channel was Zen Master salute, bro. But the Suns definitely make sense considering that they think Chris Paul is washed up.
Yeah, it would have to be CB3 and Jay Crowder. Yeah. For the trade to work, yeah. Maybe like a pick, yeah.
They really don't have to give up a whole lot to get him. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can just trade Chris Paul and Jay Crowder.
Right. Ooh, how about this sneaky team, the Los Angeles Clippers? How about that?
Well, that makes sense considering that they want a point guard. What's up, Mark Wonderlick? They need a point guard because Reggie Jackson, never.
Reggie Jackson's probably gone, yeah.
So you got a situation where you have Reggie Jackson, you got John Wall, who one can't stay healthy, and two, they don't play him that many minutes anyway. Mm-hmm. And so those two pretty much canceled each other out. Mm-hmm. So you have a situation with Terrence Mann. I think if Brooklyn do a deal with the Clippers, that'll be the one guy who gets traded, Terrence Mann, right?
Right.
So you got John Wall, Reggie Jackson, and Terrence Mann.
Right. Yeah.
So they definitely need a point guard. And then on top of that, look, one thing I know about Steve Ballmer, he wants a championship. And I would not be surprised if he goes all in to try to get Kyrie Irving.
That's true. If I were the Clippers, I'll do the exact same thing. I would, yeah.
Because the Clippers will do anything to try to stop the Lakers from making the deal for Kyrie.
That is true.
Even though Kyrie Irving has stated that the Lakers was his destination.
That is true. And the Clippers do need another ball handler because if you saw last night against the Bucks, why they blew that 21-point lead, they played too much hero ball, ice the ball. They weren't swinging the ball. They didn't have a point guard that could run the offense. I think Kyrie will be like the missing piece for that team.
What's up, Think Tank? Salute, bro. So Chris Paul got two $30 million deals that is not fully guaranteed. So yeah, he's up out of there. Mm-hmm. So I already talked about Devin Booker. He's not. Oh yeah, the third guy I forgot about was DeAndre Ayton. That's another guy that's not going to get traded because he signed him. I remember he was a restricted free agent. Indiana offered him the max, and then Phoenix turned around and matched it.
Yeah,
and I think probably that's part of the reason why. All right, so let's talk about the Phoenix Suns for a minute before we circle back to Kyrie, right?
Right.
This team, as I told y'all, if y'all listen to my channel, I was the one that told y'all that Monty Williams was on the hot seat. I was probably the only channel out here that told y'all that Monty Williams was on the hot seat. I was the first one before anybody else, right? Mm-hmm. You got the team owner who is going to sell the team. Matter of fact, the sales all but complete to the
Ishba.
His name.
Ishba.
Yeah, Matt Ishba.
Matt
Ishbia. He's like a hedge fund manager. He played his college ball at Michigan State,
mm-hmm.
right? So you got that going on. You got so of course when a new owner comes in, he gonna want his own regime, especially if the previous regime hasn't delivered on the results. Because 2 years ago they go to the NBA Finals. Last year they get blown out at home in the Game 7 against the Dallas Mavericks, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And now you have a situation where they think that Chris Paul is washed up. The team has stagnated. Monty Williams and goddamn DeAndre Ayton got beef.
Mm-hmm.
So, and now, Phoenix Suns is like down there in like playing territory.
Mm-hmm.
And they think Chris Paul is washed up at 37 years old. So you have Chris Paul, Jay Crowder, maybe a Dario Saric, Cameron Payne.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, Cameron Payne, he has a non-guarantee on his next year.
That's true.
We're going to look to re-sign Cam Johnson. But all these other guys like Torrey Craig, Besmac Biyombo, Josh Okogie, Jock Landale, and all these other motherfucking bums, man. All these dudes in play. The only people not in play is Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, and Mikal Bridges. Everybody else is in play. Everybody else is fair game. Now, so I can see that scenario making sense where Kyrie Irving ends up going to Phoenix.
Right.
What's up, my sister Unique Dawn in the building? Yeah, man, that shit. Look, man, Brooklyn they got less than a week to get something done.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all if y'all fuck around and let this guy walk for nothing, it'll be your own damn fault.
Yeah. Yep.
So in the famous words of Hulk Hogan, what you gonna do?
Tell me about it. Brooklyn's made the Nets just made some of the stupidest moves ever. You traded away, you made the Paul Pierce, KG, and Jason Terry trade that was stupid and wrong. Remember the 2 picks they had?
That's the pick that Derek Favors was drafted. Yeah, they traded those picks away now. I think Utah ended up drafting Derek Favors, but anyway.
Right, and also I think Tatum and I think they traded for Boston.
That's the trade that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum were drafted. Yeah,
exactly, Matt. Exactly. Also, the James Harden trade that trade happened way too soon. Like you didn't need to trade Karis LeVert to Jared Allen, Torian Prince, Rodion Kurucs. Like you didn't need to do that. And then after that, the Ben Simmons trade. I mean, and Seth Curry trade, really, and Andre Drummond trade. And then now you have this hullabaloo. Like this team's been this team, even though they're playing well this year, this team's kind of been a clusterfuck, and their front office moves have just been terrible. Has just been abysmal. Yeah, first Billy King, now Sean Marks. Sheesh.
Yeah, why y'all think I was saying that dude needed to be fired like 3 years ago when he made that trade for James Harden, right? Now I know he did it at the behest of KD and Kyrie or whatever like that, right? Mm-hmm. But look, that dude should have been gone 3 years ago. Hey man, and then when they hired Steve Nash and they sitting up there talking this thing about, we don't need a coach. I mean, what you mean you don't need a coach?
Yeah. My issue with Kyrie, one, Kyrie's kind of stupid, and two, the dude's kind of a diva.
Well, I mean, look, considering what we saw with Ben Simmons and all that, I mean, I ain't gonna, there's only a certain group of people I'm gonna call divas, and Ben Simmons is the biggest one. So, okay. But is Kyrie Irving volatile? Yes, he's very volatile. So, I understand why you getting a wizard who can do wonders with the basketball. He is volatile. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why Dallas will be hesitant of signing or bringing in Kyrie, right? And then who the fuck Dallas got? I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody's on the table not named Luka Doncic.
That is true. For Dallas to make that move, it would probably need to be Spencer Dinwiddie and maybe Bertans in a pick, or it would be Dinwiddie, Bullock, maybe maybe Jaden Harden like a pick or two. That's my guess.
All right, so let me look at this salary.
No, I have it. I have it. Dinwiddie it's making 20 million. Bertans making 16 million. So that's 36 million. Jaden Hardy is making 1 million. Reggie Bullock is making 10.
He's making $10 million?
Reggie Bullock, yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. So yeah, Dinwiddie got a non-guaranteed option next year.
Yeah.
Tim Hardaway Jr. got 2 years left after this year. Bertans got a year. So I can see him being traded because 2024 is non-guaranteed. Christian Wood, I think they're going to re-sign Christian Wood.
Agreed.
Dorian Finney-Smith, I can see them keeping him. But Dwight Powell, I can see Dwight Powell be a trade target. Reggie Bullock be a trade target. Maxi Pad Kleber is a trade target. And then you got these other bum asses like Frank Ntilikina and Theo Pinson, and they're going to prioritize Jaden Harvey. I don't think they're going to trade him. I think they're going to prioritize him.
Probably.
And then these other guys like McKinley Wright, Chris Silver, and AJ Lawson, all these fucking bums, man. But the Dinwiddie situation, right? Because he just left Brooklyn. Matter of fact, he just left Brooklyn, so I can't see why, for the life of me, he won't go back there. He was just there. What's up, Umar? Done for. What's up? You say Kyrie going to the Lakers? Yeah, that's a possibility.
Possibility, but I don't think it's going to happen this deadline. Maybe in the summer, but not this deadline.
So yeah, man. And then they cut Kemba Walker, yeah, man. But I don't see Kyrie going to Dallas. And then the whole dynamic with Luka and Kyrie Irving, that's like oil and water. I don't see that happening either. So I mean, you got two ball dominant guys. You know how ball dominant Luka is.
True.
And then you know how ball dominant Kyrie Irving is. How is that going to work?
That is a good point. And Lucas struggles moving without the ball. That's a good point. Yeah.
So I don't know why Dallas is getting excited. He's not going there. I know people been floating that out there, but if you really think about this, he's not going there. Not going. But yeah, I definitely think Tank. I will take him over Ben Simmons any day. Ben Simmons is trash. He is trash. I would. Ugh. If you want a master class or how to rob somebody without a gun and a mask, look no further than Ben Simmons, man. For real. I mean, this dude had not played since his infamous injury where he got hit in the nose and that pin registered his knee. I'm still trying to make that one make sense. But anyway,
it's just wrong. Yeah, just wrong.
The truth of the matter is the Brooklyn Nets are fed up with Ben Simmons. But they're fed up with him. I mean, if you saw how he left to go to the locker room, you got Marcus Morris head down, you got KD head looking away, you got Seth Curry, his head is down and everything like that. And he's not walking with a limp. He's not in a wheelchair. People are not even carrying him to the locker room. He's walking out his own power. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
He got a knee injury. So when did he hurt his knee? Did he bump his knee on the fire hydrant on the way?
Come on, baby Ben.
I'm just trying to understand how this dude hurt his fucking knee when he got hit in the nose.
I guess he had a funny bone, huh?
Did he trip on something?
Jeez.
Did he like bang knees with an old lady at the goddamn on the way to the locker room?
Right?
Did he make that make sense, man? But this man making $35 million. $35 million, man. And this dude gives you Draymond Green type numbers.
And even Draymond Green's more impactful than Ben Simmons, which is that. Yeah.
He is horrible. And like I said early in the stream, the team that traded for Ben Simmons, you might as well go ahead and update your resume because you're not going to be an NBA GM no more. Hey, I'm just giving you a fair warning to the GM that go pull off this trade for Ben Simmons. You know Walmart hiring general managers, right? Hey, sure you take a pay cut. You make your little $3, $4, $5 million a year, and then you can go down to Walmart and make $175,000 a year as a GM.
Yeah.
It's a lose-lose situation. So think about that before you make this stupid-ass deal for Ben Simmons to you GMs out there, right? Now, you say who's hated more, Trez or Simmons in the locker room among peers? Add Dillon Brooks to now. So Montrezl Harrell got black lips and burnt fingertips. So, but even then, I know that burnt piece of lump charcoal will go out there and give me 10 and 10 when given the minutes. I know that about Montrezl Harrell. Ben Simmons, shit. You can throw your hands up in the air and wave it like you just don't care. You don't know what kind of production you're going to get from Ben Simmons, if any. What's up, you Mike?
What's going on?
So, I mean, it just, he's untradeable. Ben Simmons is untradeable. I'm telling you right now, any deal with Kyrie Irving is not going to involve Ben Simmons.
Agreed.
So that's where I'm at on that. That's tell you right now, the team that trade for that Bama, you can go ahead and cancel Christmas, bro.
Tell me about it.
Because it ain't gonna happen. It ain't going down like that. But now Kyrie Irving's statistics for this year, right? Because we gotta talk about that. Because it's not like Kyrie hasn't been balling.
Yeah, he's been carrying the team on his back. Yeah.
You know, it's not like Kyrie Irving hasn't been out there, giving motherfuckers that business and shit.
Facts. And not forget this, and here it is. 4 20-point fourth quarters. He's been phenomenal. Hitting 4 20-point
5.1 rebounds, 5.3 assists. So that's more than his career average at 23.3, 3.9, and the assist is a little bit off, but still. What's up, Courtney Washington? Salute, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah, he's been good. I mean, and you gotta think, we like 51 games. He played in 40 of them. Not 8 of them had to do with him being suspended.
Right.
So really, he only missed 3 games if you really think about it.
Right. He's been pretty durable this year. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been pretty durable. Now he's shooting 34%. No, yeah, close to 38% from the 3. He's shooting almost 57% from the 2.
True. Beautiful finisher. Yep.
And
49% from the field. Yeah.
And then he's shooting 88% from the free throw line.
Yeah.
Oh, Dillon Brooks. Hey, I talked about that Bama in the earlier stream. Matter of fact, that stream was like at 2:00 in the morning. I woke up from a nightmare and I decided to come online and talk about Dillon Brooks and his transformer. Hey, look. Hey, man, you dudes out there that be fighting Dillon Brooks, man, just know his boyfriend/girlfriend is on standby.
Yeah.
So, you gotta think. Delicious is not very far away, so if you're gonna fight Dillon Brooks, you gotta fight Delicious too. Now, I don't know if that's her real name, but that's Dillon Brooks' boyfriend/girlfriend, the Transformer, right? But anywho, yeah, man, Dillon Brooks a dirty player, man. We get you. Oh, speaking of which, let's talk about that real quick, right? Now, what you talk about that play? Because I thought that was a Bush League play by Dillon Brooks.
It was, man. I mean, the dude needs to. That was so disgusting, man, and just so disrespectful, man. The dude has a brain a size of a half-eating. The dude has a brain a size of Ed, as size Ed from Ed and Ed. The dude's a dummy, man. Like you don't need to be in a brawl with Spider Man. Just walk away, move on, man. Like, gee
But who
whiz, man.
started it though?
I know that. I know that. What I'm saying is that I know Mitchell started it, but I'm saying that I felt
No,
that
he didn't
Brooks,
start it. Dylan Brooks started. Pretty Ricky started it.
yeah,
He hit
Brooks.
he hit Donovan Mitchell in the groin.
Yeah. My mistake. Yeah, I felt it, but Brooks is too much. He's too much, man. The dude gets himself to these too many fights. Like he tried to hurt Steph Curry last year in Game 6 in the second round. I mean, he just it's just disgusting. He walked over Mike Conley one game. Like the dude's a freaking bumblecline moron. He needs to stay out of trouble, man. Like he got into with Torrey Craig. Like, come on, man. Got into with Spicy P. Chris Middleton got into with
Hold
Chris
on, let
Middleton. Yeah.
let me look at this in the comments. He said, "You the only one that think Russ and KD can win the East if they trade Kyrie. You think Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant can win the East? Like, you think they're gonna win the Eastern Conference? You really believe that? Huh, okay. No.
They might need another piece in there. If they were to get Russ, which I don't think they will, they will need another piece. Brooklyn.
Remember what I told y'all before the season, Matt, before the end of last season, when the playoffs started, I was like, look, Russell Westbrook is going to start the season as a Laker. He's just not going to finish the season as a Laker. And he's been involved in a whole bunch of trade talks.
Like the Bulls.
The Bulls.
No, I heard this trade proposal about him going to Chicago
For Zach LaVine?
For Zach LaVine, yeah.
Now, me personally, I don't. Zach LaVine coming to the Lakers is like, nah. I'm not excited by that. Any Lakers fan or any Lakers fan that carries themselves with any kind of decency and respect is not going to be excited about Zach LaVine coming to the Lakers. Like, what is it about Zach LaVine that when he comes to the Lakers, he's going to be that guy that moves the needle? And then you got to take on his contract because he just opted into that contract this year. You still got like 3-4 more years after that. So are you really going to commit that to Zach LaVine? I'm not committing that kind of money. Look, for those who may not be aware of my policy when it comes to individuals and commanding max dollars, forget the market. Fuck the market, right? If I'm going to give you max dollars, you need to be somebody that's going to sell out arenas. You're just going to need to be somebody that's going to have us in contention every year for a championship. Does Zach LaVine fit that qualification?
Probably not. No.
Probably not. Absolutely not.
And how would LeBron and AD even work though? Because LaVine cannot move without the ball. How would that even work though?
It won't. You say Russell. Hey, look, I'm not. Look, Russell Westbrook has been balling. I'm not saying that he hasn't, right? I mean, yeah, there's been a few games that he played like shit, but you know that comes with the territory. But still, even then, he's not going to finish the season with the Lakers. He's going to go. Russell Westbrook is on the move. He's guaranteed gone. Dennis Schroeder, that other motherfucker with the burnt up, with the fire starter on top of his head, that piece of love charcoal, his ass gone too. Matter of fact, they only brought him in on a 1 year, $2.6 million deal, some obscene deal. When that dude could have had $84 million, he turned down.
With the Celtics, yeah.
Turned down $84 million. Now he looking for scraps. But yeah, man. On that note, I'm gonna get up out of here. Close us out. Give us your final thoughts, Gideon.
Right. One, this trade deadline is going to be spicy. Two, salute again, LB. Nice to you again, homie. Salute everyone in the chat. One, subscribe everyone to my new channel called The Last Laugh Podcast on YouTube. The Last Laugh Podcast. You will see me and my friends discuss certain sports news. So subscribe, and one, subscribe to my man LB. It's easy. Please click the like button for my man LB. Please. It's easy. It's free. Just get your finger, click the like button, bada bing, bada boom, and it's good. Please subscribe to my man LB, amazing channel, and subscribe to my new channel called The Last Laugh Podcast. And this trade deadline is going to be absolutely off the hook and crazy.
Yep. Yeah, he's pretty much said it best. Now, if you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share these videos on your social media platforms. Shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me.